Alright, welcome back to the decider in the bronze final of Caesar's Challenge. We've got Striker here, the light blue, playing as Celts, up against Eka in the pink, playing as Celts. So, our players been approaching this a little bit differently so far in this tournament. So, Striker, this is the first game in this series he's actually doubled up on civs. He's picked Persia, Norse, Egypt, and then Celts. Now he's playing Celts again. So Eka, on the other hand, dropping the opening game on Greeks, so he picked Greeks again and won. Dropped the third game on Persia, so he picked Persia again and won. Our players both going for an early barracks. Does Striker actually have a second hunt this one? I suppose he does that one over there. It's pretty spacey. Yeah, at least this hunt's not as far away as the last one was. You know, it's close enough. If he's happy with it, I'm happy with it. Because, I mean, this one, it's technically behind Eka's base, but it's far enough away that I think it's not too different to this one here. And there is one over the back there, for Striker as well. So hunts aren't too bad, pretty even. The players just been mustering up their spears. Striker just scouting, Eka keeping tabs on the spears, seeing if Striker's going to make a cut to them at all. Because it means he could shove if he does. And it means he sort of has to shove if he does, because then he's going to have the edge with aging up, but then be down on army. Striker more interested in scouting out the map itself. So Striker's going to go for it. Eka able to keep tabs on the army. Striker would have had no idea if Eka was moving out or not. But at the same time, Eka's going to have to make sure he doesn't lose the scout, because you know, you'll lose quite a bit of health pretty quickly there to 5 spearmen at once. The icon for the Celt scout is just so funny. The horse just looks so angry, and it's just an old dude. Tubby old fella. So Striker's going to go for it, but he's at a bit of a unit disadvantage here. And the lion really has it in for Striker's spearmen. Players scouting out a bit more of the map now. Eka careful to not take too much damage there on the scout. Won't be able to top him up until he gets access to either the healing ointment or some druids. So Striker's splitting up his spearmen here, but it means he can't really take engagements because Eka's got everything all stacked up. Eka's going to age 3 now. Striker's just cut his spear count to go for age 3 himself. So Eka chasing, but eventually backing off because Striker will be trying to wrap around with some spearmen. Well, he's also going to start pushing out for the first time himself. Striker having some defenders. Eka knows what's coming. Well, Striker 4 spears. It'll be 4 versus 4 if he takes this engagement. Striker's going to take down that front storehouse, but Eka, nothing training in it. Oh, no, he will queue up handsaw in it. So, this will be a big mistake. He'll have to undo that. And this also means that he's pulling spears out of position here, so Striker Wow, this has been a big misjudgment here from Eka. Striker getting a lot of value, getting the villager, gonna get the second storehouse. That first storehouse wouldn't have been worth anything, but it did delay handsaw there, so Striker in the meanwhile didn't bother queuing up handsaw at all, so he is getting it now, but he is ultimately still going to get a faster handsaw. Spears here, gonna win this fight, but there's now a longswordsman in the mix, so this is going to turn things around. Striker forcing Eka back, getting a town center to help him defend that gold mine. Eka getting a town center, helping to defend that gold mine, putting him closer to this hunt, but he's also had to commit to the berries now. Hasn't got any food techs at all. Striker's got picker's gloves now, as he's also gone on his berries, gone a fairly defensive town center. Striker up by 24, well, one villager at 24 to 23, and up by a couple of military pop. Good raiding here once again by Striker. Ooh, is the villager going to make it? 2 more hits. 1 more hit. Striker does get another villager, so 25 to 23. And Eka's going to have to try and finish that storehouse off. Striker chasing out the spears now. Plenty of longswords in his composition now. Eka, he'll be making nothing but longswords at this point, and he's going to need to get conditioning though. He's a little bit food starved with everything that's going on here. Needs to possibly get these guys on this side just to cut down that walk time, because right now they're going to have to walk all the way around the barracks. Oh, and Eka is actually... Oh, this is a big mistake. He's actually interrupted so much of his eco here and hasn't realized it. Oh no, that's a big mistake from Eka. That's really cut into his eco there. I think he accidentally double-clicked all of his villages to put them on that, building that sacred grove. He interrupted them in time and then didn't actually... Oh, what's going on here? Well, that'll slow down Eka a little bit. Striker in the meanwhile, he's adding his grove. It's a little bit later, and he's just got up to triple barracks himself. He's going for sacred deer though. So I think this will actually give Eka a little bit of relief that Striker's committing to sacred deer so early. Because even with hunting dogs, it's actually slower than berries. I don't think he actually realizes that. I mean, it's nice and safe, and it means, yeah, you've got a well-protected food eco. It doesn't have to expand outwards, but at the same time, it really isn't that efficient. Oh, but Striker's going to be able to clean up this villager and these pair of longswords. Slow down Eka's food gathering. Is Eka going to be able to get her out of there? I don't think so. Bard Hall here for Eka. He's not going to worry about adding an armory just yet, but it'll probably be the next thing after the Bard Hall. Striker up by 12 pops, so 40 to 35 Vil counts. Oh, and Eka He's going to take the fight, but then deciding against it. He just doesn't have the units. Actually, he's going to... Oh, half the army does stop and attack. Striker not really able to find anywhere to go. Doing a bit of damage to Grove Hall, but backing out there. Striker's still chasing here, but this is giving Ekka a bit of breathing room. He's also committing to early Sacred Deer here. I take it back what I was saying about Striker committing to it too early, because it does actually look like there's not a huge amount of safe food for him to go to. I mean, he can go to down here, and there's a lot. Go to here, there's a little bit, but there's sort of not much left around his base, his immediate base. And this is probably one of the most raid-oriented mirror matchups at this stage of the game. Not sure who comes out ahead here, because I don't think either player's got any upgrades. So Striker's got slightly more units there, so Ekka forced to have to back off. Trying to make something happen to make up for his slight mistake there. Costing him a lot of resources. This is a better fight for Ekka, but oh, I think he might do it. Oh no, Striker's able to finish that one off. Ekka's tapping out there. It's just so few longswords left compared to Striker, and Striker taking the series 3-2. Yeah, that's what really killed Ekka. He interrupted about 2/3 of his economy at one stage. Yeah, it was going pretty well for him, I think, up until that point. And then just once that happened, it really cost him the game, I think. It's that sort of period there. It's really, yeah. Yeah, just that idle period there for Ekka just killed him. It just put his ground his economy to a halt. Made him miss the next couple of rounds of units. So GG guys. Striker takes the series 3-2. Really great fight from Ekka, and I would have been interested to see how that would have went without that little misplay there from Ekka. Next up, it looks as though we've got Eshwar versus Ares.